everyone, and welcome back to Data Cloud Now. I'm currently in San Francisco, where I'm now delighted to be joined by Jason Salzetti, Chair and CEO of Deloitte Consulting. Jason, such a pleasure to sit down with you today.
Great to be with you, Ryan.
Jason, let's dive in. Deloitte is led by a purpose to make an impact that matters. In an era increasingly defined by AI, how are you seeing this technology change the very nature of how business is done? And what's the key to ensuring AI initiatives deliver truly meaningful and positive outcomes on a global scale?
Well, Ryan, first of all, thanks for having me today. I mean, how awesome is this? The energy and the buzz here at Snowflake Summit. It's so exciting to be here. And you know, your question actually sums it up well. I mean, AI is really transforming how business gets done. And we're seeing our clients now start to move from proof of concept and experimentation into driving real business value. So there's a few examples that you know we've seen that are really moving the needle. I mean, one is in the one solution that we've co-developed with Snowflake and AWS in the finance space, and it's really targeted at CFOs and their organizations. And so what we're seeing with this solution is that all the administrative burden is being automated. So you can get to real insights and real risk management and real thoughtful business outcomes much faster. You know, another example that I love to talk about is where we're seeing industries actually converge, because AI is affecting most industries. And what we're seeing is that we're taking technology that was first built and deployed in the defense space, so drone technology combined with AI, and now applying that to the energy and utility space. And so one solution that we've co-developed actually allows linemen to not have to climb up on poles in bad weather and risk their lives, frankly, and they have the run into the potential safety issues to inspect where there are issues with power poles. They can actually do that from the ground. And actually the AI happens to be better than the human eye at detecting these things, because humans can't get at all the angles when you're up in the air. So then they can get far more inspections done in a much safer way. And that's just, those are just a couple examples of how we're seeing AI truly transform business.
I love to hear it. Thank you so much. And Jason, given your role, what industries are you seeing drive the most impactful business returns with regard to AI innovation? And what do you attribute to these successes?
Well, as I mentioned, it's kind of interesting. If we take a step back, and it's funny being here in San Francisco. I started my career here with Deloitte in the mid 90s during the dot-com boom. And
really?
I went through the first dot-com wave where we really, here we're seeing all kinds of grand pronouncements about how the internet was going to change everything. And eventually it did, right? But it took a little while. I remember back then probably being here at Moscone in a conference, a tech conference, and people declaring that we were not going to have brick and mortar stores anymore, right? It was all going to be online. Well, clearly we've all changed our buying patterns, our shopping habits, and heavy users of e-commerce, but we still have physical stores, right? And that took 20 years for that evolution to happen. In this AI revolution that we're seeing, and I think you sense it here with all these ecosystem partners and Snowflake, is that people feel like this time's different.
Right.
So, and now it's starting to feel very different, right? The productivity gains, the true business impact. And so that's happening across industry, regardless of where we look. And I think what our clients are telling us and what we're seeing is that the companies that are choosing to say, hey, this is a fad or this is just a tech hype and going to pass, they're the ones that are going to be left behind. And so there's a call to action here to really get going and implement AI.
Great perspective and insights, and I totally agree. It certainly does feel different this year. And in similar fashion, Jason, from a macro perspective, what evolving trends in AI governance, talent, or technology should leaders be preparing for now, and how is Deloitte positioned to guide them through this journey?
Well, so that's what I call our secret sauce. I mean, this is where we really bring the best of Deloitte, our multidisciplinary model, all the different aspects of services and capabilities we provide, coupled with our deep expertise, coupled with our technology and alliance partners like Snowflake. So you pull all that together and you hit on a few really key things. I mean, governance is absolutely critical. So, and it's a lot about governance at data. because these models need to be trained by data that you trust.
Right.
And so we've got a whole framework called Trustworthy AI that's really at the center of how we deliver services and help our clients navigate their AI journey. So that's about transparency. That's about ethical technology principles. And that's really about making sure that you can understand and trust the outcomes and the outputs of these models. But coupled with that, we've got a whole workforce dimension here to deal with too, right? And upskilling of the workforce is really a key dimension that we're both dealing with internally at Deloitte, and upskilling our own workforce to be able to meet our clients' needs, but also helping our clients on their journey. And so our human capital team is helping clients think through, okay, what is the workforce of the future? What's the AI-enabled workforce look like? What are those new job roles, new responsibility sets, new skills and capabilities, and where are they going to find that talent, both internally and externally?
You very much need that top-down approach, Jason, and I'm so glad you mentioned your internal looking at Deloitte, because the numbers speak for themselves with over 100,000 employees. What internal initiatives have you implemented, and how has this helped to up-level your global team to harness the ultimate power of data-driven insights?
Well, so this journey is not new for us. We started making pretty significant investments in AI 5+ years ago, before the kind of chat GPT moment. Like we saw the promise of this technology, we saw where it was going. And so we've done a few things. One is we built an AI academy that we've been systematically putting our existing employees through to get them upskilled and trained up. We've also made huge investments in how we deliver our services. So we've changed our methods, we've changed our tools, our platforms, again, leveraging technologies like snowflakes to embed in how we show up for our clients and how we actually execute our projects. And then the other big dimension of this internally for us is, we want to be our best reference, our best case study. And so we're actually using things like our Zora agentic AI platform and deploying those agents inside of Deloitte. So looking at all of our back office functions, whether it's IT, talent, finance, and the like, and how we can make those much, much more efficient and effective. And then looking at our front office. So how do we manage our customer and client interactions? How do we deal with our sales pipeline and full life cycle of services? So those are the key things for us that are just going to continue to be at the forefront, that we want to model what good looks like so that we can then take that to our clients.
I love that, what good looks like. It's always a pleasure to sit down with you, and I look forward to seeing what comes back, what's up next here for Deloitte. But from your perspective, Jason, as you look out on the coming months, what's your top priority and why?
Well, Ryan, my top priority is always client service. That's what we're in business for. That's what we do. And so it's all about mobilizing our team to meet and exceed the demands of our clients going forward. And so I couldn't be more excited about the partnership we have with Snowflake, what we're doing with the whole ecosystem that's around their product stack, and all the great things we're going to do together in the market. And I appreciate the time with you.
Always a pleasure, Jason. Thank you so much for joining me on Data Cloud Now. It's all happening here at Snowflake Summit.
Thank you.
And for the audience watching, I'm Ryan Green with Data Cloud Now. We'll see you soon.